And this is something that maybe not going to ruffle any feathers, but definitely something that maybe some people are opinionated on, maybe other realtors. If you guys are watching, you're a realtor, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. But it is so important, in my opinion, to understand that when you're preparing an offer, so when you find a home that you love and you're ready to submit an offer on that home, just understanding that this process of engaging with the party on the other side, in this case, the seller, it doesn't have to be this battle. It doesn't have to be this, us versus them mentality. All of the deals that I've had the most success with and the ones that really have been the best deals for my clients have always been deals and offers that are structured where it's a win-win. It doesn't have to be us winning and the seller losing, us getting a great deal and the seller really, taking a bath and really having a, really low price that gets accepted and sold at. What's more important is understanding that you can always hopefully create a win-win for everybody involved. And the best way to do this, and the way to avoid the mistake of oftentimes not even having the offer accepted, is realtors don't do this. They just want to only represent their party, which I understand and I agree with, but there's still a way to make it much more attractive to everybody. And this is how you get offers accepted. So first thing first, if you have a realtor already, ask them, hey, did you pick up the phone and just literally call the listing agent and ask them, what's most important to your clients, the sellers, when selling this home? You'd be amazed at how often this never even happens, and even more amazed at how often it's not price. You always think that a seller, they just want to sell their home for the top dollar. And yes, that is the case oftentimes, but not always. And in fact, a lot of the time, it's for a lot more personal, kind of emotional reasons. It could be a divorce, it could be a death in the family. Maybe the kids just finished high school and they're going off to college, and the homeowners are empty nesters now, and they're really kind of emotional about all this and they want to downsize. There's all these different scenarios that could exist and oftentimes do. And unless you pick up the phone as a realtor, so if you guys already have a realtor, make sure you guys are asking them to do this for you. Just make sure that you're getting that information from the other side. And when writing that offer, you're writing it intentionally in a way that really is letting the seller know that you're also understanding a team player and writing up an offer that really works best for everybody. And there's different ways to do this. I'm gonna give you guys one quick example before we move on, just to give you a little bit more meat and potatoes behind this point. So a lot of times in a scenario where maybe it's an empty nester, where they have kids that maybe just finished high school and they're going off to college and they're ready to downsize, in that scenario, we'll use that one as the example. Maybe what's most important to them is timing. So maybe rather than having it sold immediately in the summertime, they really want to just stay in that home until maybe their son or daughter finishes all their graduation parties and all the stuff that happens after you finish school. So in a scenario like this, it could even be us drafting up what we call a post-closing occupancy agreement. Basically, a long story short on this, we write an offer where the closing date is earlier, but after closing, we're allowing the sellers to still stay in their home for a period of time, just to allow them to transition and move into their new home. So, maybe the closing is, for example, on October 31st, but we're actually letting them stay in that home until November 15th. They could pay us a daily fee for this, or we could even just include it as just a complimentary 2-week period of time, just to make that offer a little bit more attractive, a little bit more unique if we are competing against other buyers that are also submitting offers. And this is an example where it's a win-win. We're really showing the other side of the transaction that we're team players, we're willing to work with them, and we're writing an offer that's hopefully too good for them to pass up. So in some cases, we might even be asking for a price that's a little bit lower than another offer that they got. But since ours has these other terms and conditions and it's just more attractive in other ways, we might even still get it accepted over an even higher priced offer that they also received. So just really, really important to understand that everybody can win, both sides, the buyer and the seller. And that, I tell you what, guys, that is how you win and get your offer accepted. And that's how you also have a much more high likeliness that you'll get all the way through the process to the closing table and end up with that house of your dreams that you're super excited about getting.